So, take heed to yourself. Take heed to yourself. It said, take heed to your ministry. Let no one despise your youth, but be example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Till I come, give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Do not neglect the gift that is in you, which was given to you by prophecy with the laying of the hands of the eldership. Meditate on these things, give yourself entirely to them, that your progress may be evident to all. Take heed to yourself and to the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this you will save both yourself and those who hear you. I'm Prophetess Susanna Kurana, and today I have come to share another brand new message and to encourage you. And it is just to share and say, talking about faith. So here I'm gonna talk about faith, and I'm gonna just bring this, some good news and to share. Today I want to share about a second level of faith, or if this is a first level of faith. So I am going to share that this is the first level of faith that I am going to share. The first level of faith, like Paul is saying it, is say that what is bestowed upon you, do not neglect, do not despise, but continues in progressing in that, in going from glory to glory. As we are going from glory to glory, from success to success, from victory to victory, and we are going from success to success. It is the levels and levels. Here Paul is also saying the same thing. He say, he is saying to do continuously, just be persistent and keep doing it. But what I understand from here is he's telling it, what he's saying is like, he mentioned about three things he mentioned. He said inward, I think four, beg your pardon. Believer inward, in conduct, so that is now 5. In love, in spirit, in faith. 6. In purity. So he mentioned 6 things. Paul here mentioned 6 things, and he said, be example. And then he carry on and he say, give attention. He said, till I come, give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. Now, he says 6 things first. And that 6th thing he say, be example in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. This is he say, to be an example to the believers. Or not only believers, unbelievers too, because that's how they're going to see and they come into faith. But then he say, give attention. Now, he say first, be an example, and that's 6 things he mentioned. And now he's saying, give attention. Wow, give attention, he said. So first he say, be an example to what is bestowed upon you. So we're going to look at these things, and then he say, give attention to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. So it is to be example and to give attention. And then he carry on, do not neglect the gift that is in you. Now 3rd thing he say, do not neglect the gift that is bestowed upon you. So then he said, meditate on these things, give yourself entirely to them, that your progress may be evident to all. Take heed to yourself and to doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this you will save both yourself and those who hear you. I want to share here, as Paul is explaining, and as Paul has said it, he said, be an example. Then he said, uh, be example, then give attention. Then he said, do not neglect, and not neglect the gift that is bestowed upon us. So we should not neglect that. And which was given, so that's how he's just explaining. And then he also said, meditate on these things. After he said, oh, this is a meditate on these things. Give yourself to all these things entirely, so that you progress, so that we go from glory to glory, from glory to glory, from success to success, from victory to victory. So it is increase, it is progress, it is to be productive, it is to be productive, it is to be successful, it is to be is to increase, it is to going from glory to glory, from strength to strength, from victory to victory, from glory to glory, from success to success. It's the levels. So going upward. So he said, by doing these things, and that is a beautiful thing to understand. So very first thing from among all these, I want to share the faith first. And I want to share the faith, and I also want to share love. So I will share as the Holy Spirit, taking over and wanted to share with his people. So here, and today is 6th of May 2021. I'm Prophetess Susanna Kurana, and I have come to share another brand new message, and it is to encourage, and it is to say, rejoicing. So today when I was like, again, as I have written many subjects and many, and until, when I begin, I have no clue. And I was like, I don't know what to, bring the message. Even I have the message right in front of me, many messages, but I was not like, it was like, I don't know what to share. So then I asked Holy Spirit, do you really want me to share today this any message? And let me, so I asked for confirmation. I asked today for confirmation. I say, if this is really you, if you want me to share a message, then give me, not give me, stir up my spirit, like, I want this rejoicing, bring the confirmation. It's because I was asking for confirmation. Whether this message, do you want really me to share any message today? And then he gave me the message from rejoicing. And that's what I have come to encourage you. Because the Holy Spirit God know his people what they need. So here we're going to see the faith is, when we have received the faith, we have received the rejoicing. We have received the rejoicing, which is alive, which is, it is a rejoicing that we have received. And rejoicing is the message that came from the resurrection. And the very first message was a message of rejoicing. And that's where we need to know and we need to understand. Rejoicing is the message. Rejoicing is what we have received. Rejoicing and Holy Spirit is the fruit of the Holy Spirit. The second fruit of the Holy Spirit is a joy. Paul said, rejoice always. Why? It is because this is a rejoicing. This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. To be in the present, rejoice in the present. That's what we have received. So when, it is like your faith, when it's growing to the next level and is going